What's up, everybody? Welcome back to QC Comics with, of course, another action figure unboxing video. And today we've got from Spider-Man, the animated series, Spider-Man. Now, this one is a little different than the original release. I was able to get everything in that first line of figures, minus the Spider-Man. And if you saw the secondary market prices for these, for the regular Spider-Man, I mean, just crazy. So I was never able to get it, but I got all the other characters. I got a bunch of variations of Spider-Man, the Ben Reilly, the symbiote, the armored. I think there's like 4 or 5 different Spider-Man I got, but not the regular. So I was at my local Walmart, as I show you the package here with the info. And they had 2 of these left. It was on the display with, there was Star Wars, Spider-Man, and Transformers, the Beast Transformers. There were 2 of these there. I'm not sure if other people were grabbing the lizards off the same shipment. So maybe I missed the lizard. All that was left was these 2 Spider-Men. I almost bought them both because this card is so nice. And I imagine that the prices on these are going to go up. So I almost wanted one to put on the wall. So I almost bought both. But they were a little expensive. And yeah. And I figured, you know what, I'll leave one for the next collector. Hopefully somebody that really wants it gets it and not somebody that's going to just flip it on eBay. So anyway, I'm going to cut into this guy and we're going to take a look at him. Okay, so first up here, we have some very cool webbing effects. These look great. They feel good. They're soft. They bend a little bit, but they do have some sturdiness to them. So you have kind of a larger web here, and then you've got more of kind of a splattered web. So if you're doing toy photography, these are going to look really cool. I don't think they attach onto the hands in any way, but they are some neat accessories to have. Speaking of shooting the webs, you do also have 4 alternate hands with this figure. So you've got the thwipping hands here. Oops, sorry, get that to focus. So you've got those. You also have some wall crawling hands. So you've got the right and the left. And then the figure itself. And this is kind of like a cell shading they do on it to kind of mimic the art style of the TV show. Some people might not be wild about this, but I absolutely could not pass this up because, again, I did not get the original release of this figure. So I definitely wanted this. Like I said, I really wanted one. I love those thick cards they use for these. So I really wanted that to be one that I display on the wall. But there was only 2. I'm not sure if I mentioned the price. These were $28. I'll get into whether or not I think it's worth it for the $28. But I really, man, I just didn't want to spend any more. Black Friday, Cyber Monday, some new figures at Target I found with between Star Wars and Marvel. It's like I was just kind of tapped out. So I wanted a second one to hang on the wall, but I figured, you know what, I'll leave it. Hopefully the next guy who, like I said, picks it up isn't a flipper. I did see somebody eBay pricing some of the new Gargoyle NECA releases and putting one in the cart because it was going, I think I overheard him say like, oh, this one's going for $53. And so he's going to make a $20 profit, I guess. So it's a bummer. I mean, I understand it's supply and demand, but it is a bummer when it comes to, you know, a fan who is going to have to now overpay because, well, they couldn't find it in store because they got all bought up. So I'm hoping the last one that I left, I'm hoping goes to somebody who really wants it. Enough of my tangent there. You can see the cell shading there on the ribs and everything there. And sorry, I'm just kind of going over the articulation as I talk. Figure moves really well, feels really good. It's, you know, some things are a little stiff, but once you get them bent, they move pretty well. So I kind of wish we could get these legs back a little farther for some more dynamic posing. They do go back a pretty good way. The feet move really well. And I actually, you know, the cell shading on figures I'm not a huge fan of, but this is done kind of almost subtly. So I think this will look really good on a shelf or in your toy photography. So I think I'm very happy with this figure. I'm going to probably switch out one of the hands, at least to a thwipping hand here. and we're going to pose them up and give our final thoughts and grade. Okay, so there we've got Spider-Man from the animated series. Figure, posed up, ready to go. What do we think about it? I really like it. As you can see, it poses really well. Stands fairly easily in whatever pose I was kind of trying to get him in. I switched out one hand to a whipping hand. Again, you've got 4 alternate hands with the 2 webbing effects. So I feel like it's almost kind of like not really a deluxe figure, but for that $28, I do think you get your value's worth. I do wish this hinge here on the inside was blue so that it was less noticeable when the arms are extended out. Minor gripe. And again, I wish I just had the original release to see. I'm not sure if it's used the same body or the same parts or what. So I really wish I had that to compare and contrast. But as it stands, I have this figure and I'm pretty happy with it. Like I said, the $28 is probably on the high end of what I'd pay, but considering it's a regular release Spider-Man, it's probably going to shoot up on the secondary market quite a bit beyond that. So I would definitely recommend picking it up if you see it. As far as a grade, I think this is a solid 9 out of 10 for me. Like I said, everything moves great, feels great. The paint applications, everything's really good. If you're not a fan of cell shading, as you can see, there's not a ton of it worked in, so it's really kind of subtle. And if you are a fan of it, hopefully there's enough there to satisfy that design aesthetic that you really like. So, yeah, pick it up if you see it. I would recommend it because they're probably going to go fast once they get stocked, and you might not see them again for that retail price ever again. Well, at least not for some time. So, that's my opinion. He's a 9 out of 10. I'm going to go pose him up with the rest of my Spidey figures. I'm very happy to have it. Did you happen to get one of these figures? Did you maybe land the elusive lizard? Well, I'm still on the hunt for that one, so we'll see. So anyway, let me know in the comments if you agree with my review, if you don't agree with it, if you're happy to have picked it up, or if you're still hunting for it. As always, I'll have more videos coming later in the week, so keep an eye out for those. Thank you so much for watching. Take care. We'll see you next time.